Hey everyone, so in this maths video we're going to have a little breakdown of just the question you see in front of you. So looking through it, so the diagram below shows a 70mm long turned aluminium component. The component has a volume of 200,000 millimeters cubed. The diameter of the through hole is increased from 20mm to 25mm. Work out how much aluminium is removed as a waste as a percentage of the original component. Give your answer to 2 decimal places, show your working out. So a few things to look at before we start trying to answer it. It says that all dimensions are in millimeters and it's not to scale, so it's got everything we need on there. It's also worth pointing out, so first of all, what type of maths do we need? Bear in mind that the A-level product design course says that the maths level will only go up to GCSE level 5. Okay, you're not going to be taught any new product design specific maths. Entry requirements to get onto the course require to have a 4 or a 5 in maths anyway, so it shouldn't be something that is completely new to you. So in terms of the question itself, okay, it's 5 marks total. Okay, you only get 1 mark for an answer. The other 4 marks are what's called method marks. That's where you show your workings out, but it does tell you at the top here to show your working out. All right. So looking at that, the kind of maths we're going to need, essentially all we need is volumes of a cylinder. All right. So the thing we need here is pi r squared gets you the area, and then times that by height gets you your volume. So those are the 2 things we need, pi r squared and then volume. So pi r squared times height will be the total thing that we need. So we'll have a little breakdown. So step number 1, figure out the current volume of the hole. Now, when you see some of these answers, you'll see that they're sort of in brackets. This is something that, for examiners, when they get the exam paper like answers to mark with, you're always given like a range. As soon as you're using pi, they're told that it can be within a range depending on, because each calculator might have pi slightly different depending on what sort of decimal points it does. So that's why you sort of see it in these brackets here. As long as it fits within that range, you are fine. Excuse me. So first thing is figure out the volume of the first hole, so of the current hole. Okay, so 70mm deep. Okay, and it tells you that originally it was 20mm. So I've done 10 squared here, which doesn't seem to add up. But remember, it's giving you the diameter, and we need r. So it's pi r squared, not pi d squared. So what we do, so with our diameter there, we're going to half it. That gets us our 10. So what we do, we're going to pi times 10 squared, gets us the area of that original circle. So that's just the area of the flat surface. Then we want the volume of it, so times it by 70, which is the length of it. And that will give us one of the, within that range there. So that's the first hole we want. That gives you 1 mark. Next point is figure out the new hole with the increased diameter. So it says it's going from 20 to 25, so it's gone up 5mm. So same thing, okay, 25, but again I've done 12.5. So the reason I've done 12.5 is because obviously I've halved it. So that 25 is the diameter. We want the radius. So half that gets me 12.5. So pi times 12.5 squared gets me the area of the new circle. Again, times it by 70 to get the whole volume of it. And that will get us within this range. That gives you your second mark. Third mark is find the difference. Okay, so subtract old from new. So that's what. So basically, taking this big number here, 34343 minus 21980. It's worth pointing out, this is where method marks matter. If you got one of these wrong, but you figured out you had to subtract the old hole from the new hole, you will still get a method mark, even if you got one or both of those wrong. As long as you figured out you have to take your first answer and subtract it from your second answer, you would still get a method mark. So that's why it's important to make sure you show your workings out, because you can still get marks out of it. Okay? And that's why it says there. So it's your answer there from your answer there. So this is what you're going to end up with: 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, or 1, 2, 3, 8, 6, or within that range. And then the last 2 marks. So difference is a percentage of the original component. So take your answer. So take your difference. So you've figured out the volume of your big hole, volume of the little hole, subtracted it. You need to figure out percentage of that. So take that and divide it by the original volume, which is 200,000 millimeters cubed. And then times that by 100 to turn it into percentage, which gives you 6.1745 or 6.193. Now it does say, if you look at the top here, give your answer to 2 decimal places. Okay, 2 decimal places. So you need to round up. All right. So that will give you either 6.17, 6.18, or 6.19 as a percentage. You do need to make sure, one, it's 2 decimal places, and two, it's written as a percentage as well. So that is just a quick look at that kind of math question. I will be doing quite a few videos of like sort of specific questions, so they won't be long videos, but if there's any particular questions you're struggling with, let me know and I'll do a little like breakdown for it as well.